Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Honest Thoughts. I am Rick, your host, and today we are going to be talking about the Joker teaser trailer that dropped just a couple of days ago, or last week when this will be uploaded. But welcome, Duo. Happy to have you back here to talk about this new Joker trailer.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is something I really wanted to talk about ever since I saw the trailer for the first time because I know you're a huge fan of the Joker and I'm a huge fan of the Joker, and it's just something I wanted to discuss with you. And hopefully, the points that we make, people can hear of why we're looking forward for this movie and why there are certain things that we probably don't agree with some I like to say purists out there when it comes to the Joker. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm really looking forward to talking to this with you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to talk about the trailer, guys. We're not going to break it down. We're just going to go over the highlights to us and give our overall thoughts and conclusions on what we think this film will be. So, Duo, since you are joining me, would you like to give your thoughts on what did you first think of this film when you heard of it, and what kind of impact did this trailer have on you, and what did you feel when you walked away from it?
Well, when I first heard about this movie being made, which was like last year, I was intrigued that they're gonna make a Joker film like that. It's gonna be its solo film. It's not gonna be connected to the DC extended universe or anything else. This is just a standalone movie on the character of the Joker. And I was seeing some behind the scenes stuff, and I was like thinking, is this real or is this just something that people had just made, like independent people just making for the heck of, internet? But turns out it was actual behind the scenes stuff for the movie that's coming out. And when the trailer came out, and it was on Facebook when I first saw this, it said something about Smile. And right away I knew that I bet they're going to use the song Smile from Charlie Chaplin, because Charlie Chaplin wrote the song Smile. And
Yes.
I was like thinking, like, they should play this song because it fits the Joker so well. And it did. The moment I heard the song Smile, I was like, wow, this is good. And this is gonna be great. And I like how it changes from like happy sunshines and rainbows to sinister and dramatic, which is pretty much the tone of what the movie is going to be about. Like, we're going to see some happy moments, some sad moments. Like, we saw some, like, like down moments where he got beat up by those punks and other people, like, pretty much treating him like crap. And then we still see some good moments with his mother and all that. And then we see, like, the downfall where he completely transforms into the Joker. So I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first heard about this trailer too, I was kind of fearing that it was the Venom syndrome kicking in. Like, oh God, every villain in comic book history is now going to get a movie based off of them, and it's going to be something that many people don't want. But as soon as I saw set photos, and I heard that Joaquin Phoenix was attached to this, which I have watched some of Joaquin Phoenix's films. He is a great, outstanding actor but he's also an Academy nominee actor. So he really gives these type of performances that are very immersive and transform him into that character. And I like that. And I think having him as our new Joker in this, it made so much sense. So when I saw the trailer, a couple of days ago, I was immediately floored by it. I was very shocked on how well it was edited, how just amazing each scene looked cinematography wise, and how the writing was. Because I thought, okay, if this is a taste of things to come, then I'm all on board. Like, this movie, I know people hate that this is coming up, but I have to use it, and I'm sorry. This doesn't just look like any comic book film. It looks like an Oscar nom. It looks like an Oscar movie. It looks like a character study Oscar movie, and I like that. It gives it its own feel and its own identity away from these big bombastic comic book films that we've come to know in the past 10 years.
Yeah, because I noticed with this one, it's definitely going to be those type of movie where we're learning about the character. So we're not going to see a lot of action and, special effects and whatnot. It's going to be more about the character and the development of said character. You know what I mean? And this is actually very interesting for a DC movie because I don't think we had a DC movie quite like this before.
No, we really haven't. And if you even go back, I think the only time we got something like this, even close to this, was The Dark Knight, because ultimately what that was, it was a character study of itself. But I like that this is embracing it. It feels like a Martin Scorsese film in the 70s with DC characters in it. And I like that. So, yeah, talking about the trailer, it was great. I really had fun watching it. It got me feeling something that I haven't really felt before with this character. And I'm so excited to see how it's ultimately going to pay off in the end. So, yeah, getting right into it, let's go ahead and talk about our main lead, Arthur Fleck, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And right away, this is not our Joker. I think we should definitely address that. It's not our Joker. Our Joker had a name as you pointed out, in the Tim Burton Batman film. They gave him a name, Jack Napier, and they kind of stuck with that for a while, but then it was revealed that no, he's actually never had a name, and we don't know much about his past. And that's what makes Joker so fascinating, is because he's a mystery. You don't know if what he's telling you is the truth or if it's a lie. And the fact that they're now choosing to give him a name, an identity, an origin, I find that very fascinating. But what did you think about that? Like, giving this character that we all know a new take.
I like the fact that they're doing this because, like you were mentioned about, like we don't really know the true origin of the Joker because if you remember, like when it came to the Chris Nolan films, when we saw Heath Ledger's Joker, he always talks about, you want to know how I got these scars? Every time he talks about that story, it's always different than the other times he talked about it. I also remember one episode in the animated series where we saw like how Harley Quinn developed. He talked about his father, how he, punched him and all that stuff. And then it was revealed to Harley Quinn by Batman that, he has a lot of stories to tell about him. We don't even know who the heck the Joker is. So if you think about this, we can say that this could be another type of story that a Joker might have come up with of how he became the Joker. Like he could say, oh, I have a mother. I had these people who used to beat me up and whatnot. So this could be another look into the mystique known as the Joker.
I really like that. And I really want to go off what you said. The Joker has always been fascinating to me, and he's arguably the most iconic Batman villain in the past 80 years because we don't know anything about him, and we will never know anything about him. And I like that this film can be interpreted as not just a new interpretation of the character, but maybe a new story to tell of how he became who he is. And I really hope that the film can deliver on that with flying colors. As we see in this trailer, Arthur Fleck is a guy who has been getting the crap beat out of him, but not just physically, but also mentally. Life has dealt this guy a bad hand. He's barely keeping it together. He has a mother that he takes care of. He has a love interest that he wants to possibly pursue, but it most likely won't go anywhere. And he takes medicine, and his only day job is dressed as a clown, being a salesman. And we see throughout the trailer that he's getting bullied by these punks who take his sign. They smash him in the head with it, and he's just getting abused by everyone he comes across to. And essentially, it's starting to beginning to take its toll on him. He's going to break. And as you and I both know, all it takes is one bad day to drive someone like the Joker insane. And we're really seeing that play out here, because it looks like Arthur Fleck has had so many bad days that it's arguably going to be when his mother passes that's when he just snaps. Like, that was the last straw, and now he's chosen to become this different person, this criminal persona that is just wanting to take not his vengeance on the world, but he's just wanting to get what he thinks he deserves to get. And I really, really hope, you and I both agreed, I hope that they don't turn him into an anti-hero, because that's not what makes the Joker Joker. He is a villain and a criminal, first and foremost, and I really hope that they can keep that in this film.
So do I. And I know some people's like thinking like why they're having him like seem so sympathetic. Most villains are sympathetic at first until you push them over the edge, or something triggers them to pretty much change into something that was deep inside of them. And I think this is what we're going to see. And when you watch the trailer, you kind of see that. You see from point A slowly metamorphosizing into point B. And you kind of see that. And I think this is where we get like a psychological trip of getting into the mind of the Joker. And I know some people might be thinking, well, how come he's not going into, like, say, a vat of acid that's going to bleach his skin? I mean, remember with Heath Ledger's Joker, we didn't get that. We didn't get him just going into a vat of acid. He was just a guy that is just disturbed. You know what I mean? So we get to see something like that. I mean, with the comic books, and the Killing Joke, they illustrate that he had a had a normal life. The only thing that kept him grounded was his wife and his unborn child. They died. He tried something else. He got in wrong place, wrong time with the Batman, and then he became the Joker. And I think this is what's going to happen with this movie. What kept him grounded was his mother. What kept him grounded was his love interest, who probably is not really his girlfriend, but more like a friend. And then he might pursue and ask for something more than just friendship, and she turns him down. Could be one of the things that might push him, but we'll see what happens with that one. But all I know is that he's going to get pushed over the edge, and that's what's going to change him into the Joker.
I really like that point that you brought up. To kind of go off that, I agree. I feel like that is what they're going to do here. They obviously are emphasizing in this movie that he's going through a metamorphosis. He is just getting fed up with how life has just been treating him all of these years, and arguably all of his existence. Like, he is at the edge of a rope, and he's about to fall in. And I definitely believe it could be his mother that pushes him, or maybe it could be the rejection of his love interest wanting to just be friends with him. I truly believe that that is exactly what they're going for. And if that is the case, I feel like that's a perfect opportunity, because as you just said, with the Killing Joke version of the Joker, it was his wife and unborn child's death that pushed him and made him turn desperately to going through with being a criminal and being at the wrong place and the wrong time, and he unjustifiably got punished for it. And here, I feel like there's so many opportunities to really pursue how he gets to that. But I think what we've been talking about, that's exactly what they're going to do. And since you brought up the look, that is a great segue into, I think, what is kind of 50-50 for fans and purists, because while I agree, this is definitely a new, interesting take on the look of the character, it's not something that I immediately despise, because although, yes, the biggest flaw that I have with this is that, once again, it's makeup and it's not bleached skin. Yes, Heath Ledger did that, but they were trying to be more realistic and just have the makeup cover those scars. which I could have, I didn't mind as a kid, but it really has kind of taken me time to kind of accept that. But here, though, because I know a lot of people will say, why are they doing the makeup again? We've seen it done dozens of times. The Joker does not wear makeup because his bleached skin is his face, it's his mask. But really go back and watch the film, the trailer again. What you see is that he's been a clown all of his life. You know, he's essentially somebody who is very tragic, but he sees that his life is a comedy, and he takes that makeup, that funny, classic clown makeup that you see, that you find kind of creepy, but children find very warm and welcoming, and he turns it into something hatred and something monstrous, which is why he looks like that. So I love that they're giving us a reason as to why the makeup is there. And it's not just he's covering his face because of the scars or he doesn't want to be seen. There is a reason for it to be there. And I know a lot of people don't like the outfit, but so you had some great points to bring up about that. What do you think of this new look and the outfit overall and the unjustifiable expectations people are having for this, being having to live up to a pedestal that is the late Heath Ledger?
The way I look at it is, with every incarnation of a Joker or any character from a comic book or any series, and if you're going to do a reboot or something like that, the point of the matter is you want to be different. You have to be different. You can't use the same formula that one actor or one screenwriter has used in the past, because you're going to end up becoming a copycat. And it's funny how these fans think. Like, they will think that, oh, you're not like Heath Ledger, so you're going to suck. Or, you know, you're being just like Heath Ledger and you're being a copycat, therefore you suck and you're a ripoff. And I like the fact that Joaquin Phoenix and the writers for this movie are taking a new approach with this Joker, and I'm seeing it. You know, we're not seeing, like, say, oh, he's gonna have scraggly hair and the same type of makeup or face as the previous Jokers had, like Caesar Romano or Jack Nicholson, or, like I said, Heath Ledger, or even Jared Leto. They're gonna do something different. They're gonna take liberties to make it unique with the other Jokers. So when I hear people say, "Oh," always comparing them to either Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, or even saying that I'd rather prefer seeing Jared Leto as Joker than Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, it's like, guys, we just see a trailer. We're gonna see the full performance of this, and right now, from my interpretation of this, it's a totally different take of the Joker, and we get to see Joaquin Phoenix how he interprets the Joker, and also how the screenwriters and the directors and everyone involved in this movie is gonna portray the Joker, and it's gonna be totally different than the counterparts of the previous Jokers that's ever been made in the past. And even dare I say, even when it comes to Mark Hamilton, who voiced the Joker, it's going to be different too.
Yeah, it's just not necessary for people to have these expectations for one Joker actor to be better than another, because that's the difference. The Joker is not one person. He can be many people. Like, anybody can play this character, anybody can voice this character, and that's the point. Just like anybody can be Batman. And when I saw that people were saying, oh, he's definitely going to be better than Jared Leto, or is he going to be as good as Heath Ledger, I thought, guys, there's only one trailer for this movie. The movie isn't even out yet, and you're already saying that he's going to be the best live action Joker. I feel like that's jumping the gun very too soon, because Heath Ledger's performance was great. It was good for what he did with it, but I would imagine going in, he didn't want it to be this performance that wouldn't be able to be lived up to or by another actor. And I definitely, and even Joaquin Phoenix has said he respects the performance that Ledger gave. You know, he really liked it. But if people are expecting him to be on like him or do something similar to him, then they're going to be severely disappointed. And you shouldn't expect that because it's a different take. It's meant to be. We can have good Jokers and we can have bad Jokers. The point is, as long as one actor gives it their all and brings everything they can to the table for this character, then that's all I care about. And I'm just going to wait to see either more trailers or the full movie to decide, okay, is he the best live action Joker in the past 10 years? Only time will tell. You know, I think that's what we all should be doing instead of just arguing, saying he will or he won't.
Right. And, you know, I know everyone is always going to put a standard, which is normal, but at the same time, we cannot expect the next person to play Joker to be just like the ones from the previous movies or even show, like, say, for Gotham. Like Gotham, for example, we have another person who plays the Joker. And he does phenomenal, but I'm not going to say, oh, he's just like Heath Ledger, because the guy actually does things that Heath Ledger has never done.
Yes.
As the Joker.
Yes.
If you ever watched Gotham.
Oh, yes. If you haven't watched Gotham, please go watch Gotham. You know, I mean, I love both of those takes on the Joker with Jeremiah and Jerome. And I got to tell you all, like, this is just something that comes with the territory. You know, it's expected. It's the same thing when people see a new Batman. They're like, is this Batman going to be as good as this one? Or is he going to be as bad as that one? It's like, it's not about that. It's about these actors trying to do the best they can with these iconic characters. So, yeah, I really hope that people just stop and wait for the movie to come out before making those types of assumptions. And I would also like to preference that we don't know how good this performance is going to be. We can only gather how good it's going to be just from one little trailer. So I don't think that it's going to be an Oscar-worthy performance. If it does end up being an Oscar-worthy performance, then okay, I'm happy with that. If it doesn't, then there's nothing wrong with that. So people on both camps need to just chill the H out. But going on the look now, like the costume, I really like how it looks. It's definitely different from Ledger's. It's more in common with the animated series Joker, the Jack Nicholson Joker, and it has a bit of Cesar Romero in there too. And I like that. It looks classy. It looks theatrical, and that's all I want from the Joker. Like, it's not full of tattoos. It's not shirtless. No, he definitely has style to him, and that's what I want my Joker to have, style. But what do you think? Like, just on the costume, what do you think?
Like I said, I like the costume. It's different. It's interesting. It's new, and you know, I just want to see how Joaquin Phoenix plays the Joker, and if he can do it without, you know, say being exactly like Heath Ledger or exactly like Jack Nicholson or any other actors who play the Joker. Like, if you take a little bit here, a little bit there, and then make it your own, that's fine. But other than that, I'm all for what I'm seeing right now.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've both covered that. We're excited for this new take. We like the look. We think people need to calm the H down when comparing Joaquin to other actors or saying, will he be good? Will he be bad? And we just overall are looking forward to seeing something new brought to the table. So let's just go ahead and go over some of our favorite highlights of the trailer. Like, did you have any in particular that you liked aside from the smile and Joaquin Phoenix's performance? Like, was there anything else that caught your attention?
What caught my attention is just, you know, just the way the tone is. Like, I like the tone. I like the people who are going to be involved into this movie. That's going to pretty much support the character to get from point A to point B. When I say support, I know some people are thinking, are they going to help the Arthur Fleck? No, when I say support in an actor sense on trying to bring this actor to life, bring the character to life from being just from regular Joe Schmo to being the Joker. And that's what I'm seeing right now. That's one of the highlights I see. It's just the transition that we're going to be seeing. And like I said, I love the music that goes with it. And I'm trying to think about some other things. One of the things that really caught my eye was a child that's there that he forced a smile on him, and I've been told that that's actually Bruce Wayne.
Yes, that is definitely Bruce Wayne. The Waynes will be involved in this, and this is going to be somewhat of a different take on them. For example, Thomas Wayne is actually the mayor of Gotham instead of, being a doctor and responsible for creating Wayne Industries. Like, he's just a mayor, and I like that. I really like that they're kind of subverting our expectations on how this is going to go. So yeah, what caught my eye too, it was the Wayne. It was him putting a smile on Bruce Wayne, and I assume he probably is going to chase him, because from what I've gathered behind the scenes and what the trailer did kind of show hints of, is that the Joker is excuse me. The Joker is pretty much going by time. He is going to try and track down the Waynes. He will definitely have some beef with them, and who knows where that's going to lead. I don't want to jump the gun and say, oh, he's going to kill their parents, or maybe he's going to be involved with it. I don't know. I just like that he's going to have some kind of beef with them when he eventually gets to them.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, the other thing that kind of caught my eye, this is kind of something that's a little small, but I think it could pay off in a big way, is the Joker being on national television. He's on that show, which is meant to be a reference to one of Martin Scorsese's films from the 70s, and the host is played by Robert De Niro. Now, I know that scene may look a little like that scene may mean nothing, but if you're a hardcore comic book fan, I think you all can guess what they're homaging. It looks like that Joker is going to go on cable TV. He's going to go on that show, and much like a certain popular book, he's probably going to murder all of those people inside the studio, and to just make his presence known. I really would be excited to see that, like to see how this Joker is going to announce his presence, because that's the thing. The Joker does love to be the star, and he loves to be in the spotlight. So I'm really hoping that they can kind of give us that.
Yeah, I agree. I hope they give us that too. And yeah, you're talking about Robert De Niro being in there. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was someone else, but
Yeah.
then when I looked it up, oh, it's Robert De Niro. And like you mentioned, it was a Scorsese film they were paying homage to. I think it was called The Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, there
Uh,
you go.
and I think Robert De Niro was also in that movie as well.
Yes, he was. So fun little callback. I really like all of the stuff they're referencing in this film.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So we're I think we're seeing a good film coming out pretty
I
soon with
do.
these
I,
callbacks
I
and stuff.
I think so. Yeah. Do you? Last thing before we pretty much close it off. Do you have any concerns or worries for the film? Just anything going into it?
My only concern is that, like I said, what all we saw was the trailer, and my
Right.
only hopes is that he doesn't try to be a Heath Ledger 2.0 or Jack Nicholson. Well, definitely not a Jack Nicholson 2.0, but like definitely not a Heath Ledger 2.0 where people are actually expecting. But just by the trailer itself, I don't think it's gonna happen. But sometimes trailers can be misleading,
That is true.
and then when you watch the film, it's all your fears actually comes to light. So that's my only thing. I want Joaquin Phoenix to take this character as his own, so that way people can say that, oh, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, kind of like how people say Jack Nicholson's Joker or Heath Ledger's Joker or Jared Leto's Joker. I want people to say Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, not say, oh, he tried to be just like this guy or that guy or this guy. I want him to be his own man in this one. And that's my only fear. And I'm hoping that the story is gonna be as good as I expect it to be. Very cerebral, very psychological, and also I hope it puts me into tears. I hope it puts me into tears because if it puts me into tears, then I'm gonna say this is an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah, I agree. I have those same worries too. I just want a good film. I want it to not only honor the character, but I want it to be its own creation. I really hope that they don't go too overboard with setting up all of these Easter eggs to the Batman mythos because I want this film to be its own thing. If it is popular enough to where it gets a sequel, okay, but if it's just a one-time thing, I will be completely fine with that. I don't think this needs to be milked with sequel bait. I really think it should just be its own thing, a one-time thing, and it gives its all because that's what I want. I definitely want the cast, the crew, the writers, the writers and the director. I want everybody involved with this project to give a damn about it, and I want them to just give us a good film. If it is an Oscar worthy film, then yeah, I agree. It should get nominated and it should get all this praise. But if it's not, and if it's just the bare minimum, well, then that's a different story. But
I think regardless, we'll still be in for a ride.
Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely excited for the next trailer whenever they pump it out, and I can't wait for this movie. I definitely think that DC is killing it this year with Aquaman, with Shazam, and now this film. I'm so excited to just be a DC fan. It's a great time, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Me too. Me too.
But yeah, everyone, that was pretty much our thoughts on this film. And if you guys want to give your thoughts down below, then please go ahead. Let us know in the comments. What do you think of this film? Are you excited about it? Are you not excited about it? What do you think? What do you like? Just give us your overall opinions on what you think this film will or will not be. And if you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. And if you have just now noticed mine and Duo's channel, then please hit that subscribe button. We love to have you. And if you want to stay up to date with all of my videos and Duo's videos as well, then please hit that little notification bell icon to be notified when our videos go live. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. So with all of that being said, guys, we thank you so much for watching this. It was a blast to have Duo here again. If another good trailer comes out, we may do something like this again. And yeah, just thank you all for watching. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you again, Duo, for being here, man.
No problem, man. It's always an honor to be doing these videos with you and talking about nerd stuff. So it's always an honor doing that. So, well, like I said, like Richard said, everyone take care. Leave your comments down below. We're going to discuss and debate about it. All right. So this is Duo Dreamer. And as always, dream big.
All right. Well, this is Rick saying, I'll go ahead and see you guys for the next one. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.